Here on the Open House Show, we're always in search of the most wonderful, unique, exceptional properties in all of America. Are you looking for a 10-bedroom, 5-bath home with 136,778.4 square feet, a library, an office, actually numerous offices, and a farm? Well, that's why we've come right here to Biosphere 2, just outside of Tucson, Arizona. Joining me now is the Assistant Director, John Adams. John, good to see you.
Oh, it's great to have you here. I can't wait to show you inside.
John, I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but this is the largest home in America. Oh, we all thought it was the Biltmore Estate in North Carolina, but you beat them by 1,490 square feet. Congratulations.
Well, I did not know that, and we're definitely going to use that bit of trivia. Now, I know the Biltmore has a bowling alley inside.
It does.
And although we don't have a bowling alley, we have a full rainforest, an ocean. We even have a coastal fog desert inside.
In that?
In here.
Let's go.
All right. So it was really a remarkable group of people who thought and envisioned this project probably even before the 80s began. But everything got started in 1987 when they broke ground. They completed it in September of 1991, and 8 people were sealed inside Biosphere 2 in September of 1991 for 2 years and 20 minutes.
Okay, John, here it is, the world's most famous hatch.
Yeah, this is where the Biospherians originally entered and exited. You had all the media here, and it was, it captured the world's imagination.
2 years, 20 minutes. Okay, was the hatch stuck for 20 minutes? Because I'd be like, on the 2-year mark, man, we're out of here.
No, I mean, actually, many of them said they would have liked to have stayed longer when they were inside because it was such a remarkable and unique experience for them. Why don't you go inside and take a look?
Let's do it.
And I think the most important lesson we've learned from Biosphere 2 today is just how infinitely complex Earth systems are. And no matter how smart we think we are, recreating Earth is impossible. And even though that group who originally built Biosphere 2 did an amazing job, there is still so many details that you just can't capture. And I think that's one of the key points, is just how precious Earth is, how unique it is, and no matter how deep we look into the world's universe and out into the Milky Way, we have yet to find a planet that even comes close to having the same conditions that we have here on Earth.
Coming up, 8 scientists closed this door and survived on their own food for 2 whole years. Discover how next.
Robert, let me take you to one of the world's most famous dining rooms and dining tables. This is the original table that the Biospherians ate all of their meals at when they were sealed inside for those 2 years and 20 minutes. Right behind us is a kitchen where they prepared those meals. Now remember, when they were inside, they were always hungry, so they were calorie deficit. And one of the things I was told by several of the Biospherians is that they imagined this granite table as a large chocolate bar, and they sort of figured how long would it take for them to eat this whole thing. And many of them said it wouldn't have taken them very long because they were just always so hungry.
Oh my goodness. The granite countertop in the kitchen just took on a whole new meaning. Now, John, these were 8 highly educated individuals, very intelligent. I picture them getting in arguments over doing the dishes. Am I wrong?
Well, not so much overdoing the dishes, but imagine that you're 8 people, not one person was a dedicated chef or cook. They all had a cooking rotation, which lasted about a 24-hour period. So it would cover, a lunch, a dinner, and a breakfast. At the time, late 80s, early 90s, this was a very modern kitchen. They incorporated all the amenities one could imagine. Again, the only difference was you just couldn't step outside the doors. You were sealed and locked inside Biosphere 2. And think of this, you had to plant the seed, you had to tend to the plant, you had to make sure it was grow, make sure it was pollinated, then you would have to harvest it, you would have to process it, then you would have to cook your meals. I mean, from start to finish, they had to do it all. And one of the Biospherians told me that if you wanted to, for example, cook a pizza, if you have to grow all those ingredients, now you're looking at 6 to 8 months.
Oh my goodness, each piece of broccoli, everything is precious. You can't let it go down the drain.
You cannot. Inside Biosphere 2, not only do you have sort of traditional living space, a kitchen, a dining area, you have apartments and bathrooms, but we have a fully established rainforest, a 1 million gallon ocean, we have a savanna, we have a mangrove system just like you'd find in southern Florida, and a coastal fog desert just like if you were to travel down the Baja Peninsula.
Coming up, see the rainforest, the ocean, and the desert ecosystems as our private tour continues.
Ah, that smells natural.
Well, so welcome. This is what I refer to as the wilderness section of Biosphere 2. We're standing in the upper savanna, and to our left is the rainforest. Just behind us over this cliff is our 1 million gallon ocean, and down to our right you have the mangrove, the lower savanna, the thorn scrub, and finally on the far southern end you've got the coastal fog desert. Robert, welcome to the jungle of Biosphere 2.
You have got to be kidding me.
I mean, can you believe it? We have a fully established rainforest right here in the desert of Arizona. I mean, it is complete with coffee plants, cacao plants, we've got a waterfall. I mean, just look how lush this vegetation is. We have banana plants and ginger. It's so different than what you would see anywhere in Arizona. Now, they fed themselves inside that 3-acre structure. About a ½ acre was set aside for their farm practices. And although that ½ acre was considered to be one of the most highly productive ½ acres, it still did not produce enough calories for those 8 people inside. So nutritionally they were okay, but they were always hungry just because they couldn't get enough calories. And most of the day was spent working in the farm, just trying to get it to produce what they needed to survive.
No. This is not what I think it is. It's a coffee plant.
It is a coffee plant. And in fact, when the Biosphereans were inside, they would harvest the beans from these coffee plants, they would roast them, and they would produce, coffee. The problem is that the amount that they got only afforded them a cup every 2 weeks or so.
No, John. No, I need more.
I'm sure you need more. I think we all need a lot more, right?
I couldn't do 2 years and 20 minutes. 2 years and 1 minute.
With a cup of coffee every 2 weeks.
Coming up next week on the Open House Show, the rainforest, ocean, and desert ecosystems are supported by an unbelievable network of tunnels, tanks, filters, and even a giant breathing lung to keep everything alive. We'll give you the complete tour.